Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. By the way, I would like to introduce to you, I am Sultan Faizal of Bansao, your representative in the private sector of the Philippine Halal Export and Promotion Board. Prior to my, while we are waiting for the presentation, prior to my appointment as your private sector board member, I am a businessman and entrepreneur. I am supplying beauty products in the international market. I'm doing this for more than 20 years. Until now, we are supplying beauty products in Malaysia and some of it in the Middle East area. Until now. So those of you who are interested for our beauty products, we can supply you because every month we were able to send 2 containers. So anyway, I would like to share it with you because this was attached to the invitation that you sent to us. So I would like, because I have to speak in front of you about the Philippine Halal word. So for this we have the word smart. While we are targeting for this to be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, time-bound, later you will see the formula of how we can solve all this problem and how we can deliver the word smart. Next. Okay. There's the number 2 question is, what are your top 5 quantifiable achievements regarding the development of the halal economy of the Philippines that specifically address the following job creation? So again, in order for us to have more job creation, growth of domestic consumption, increasing in investment, the answer will be in the formula of how we can solve in question number 3. Yes, sir? Okay. Even the expenditure and infrastructure, increasing exports, which is the Marketing and Export Bureau, are doing this. And of course, the DTI, ay sila po ang in charge dito. So next slide, sir. Okay. What activities, tools, measures, campaigns have been proven to be effective, specific to your agency organization, with regard to the development of the Philippine Halal economy? Just now, Brother Alim Giapal was discussing about the certification and accreditation programs. Now, implementing and promoting local certification and accreditation programs to ensure the integrity and compliance of halal products and services with established standards. Without the Halal certifying bodies, we do not have products to be presented to the international market. One of the work of the Philippine Halal Board is to bring all the halal products in the international arena. But without the recognition of the 11 certifying bodies in the Philippines, we do not have much halal products. So that is why I'm very thankful that the Philippine Halal Task Force was established. And I hope that Brother Alim Giapal can address this issue. You know why? Not unless that we can address the halal certifying bodies. It's really hard for us to do the business. Remember that the engine of the business of halal are the entrepreneurs. And without the private sector, we cannot do anything. The public sector cannot do without the private sector. So I hope that this will be addressed with the Philippine Task Force, and I believe that with your help, Brother Alim, we can help to recognize in the technical working group, the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos are also around. And we have to come up with one formula so that we can move forward. And sana po, dito, sa certification and accreditation programs, we must do and help each other. We are talking the reason why, as your private sector representative, all the members of the Halal certifying bodies are always complaining. And just to divulge this issue, why those Halal certifying bodies cannot do the Philippine Accreditation Bureau. I have to put this on record. While it is true that the expenses is from 50,000 to 150,000, but if you want to be recognized by the Philippine Accreditation Bureau, you have to spend more than 600,000. Where can we get 600,000? You see, we have this 11 Halal certifying bodies. They are going to spend $500,000 just to be accredited. No, that is next to impossible. And we all know that what the Halal certifying bodies are doing is all about religiosity. Number two is volunteerism. So that is why, if we are going to charge for them, how can we justify? The Philippine Accreditation Bureau justify that that amount goes to the people from other countries. They are going to Manila just to visit the Halal certifying bodies, and we are going to pay for their round-trip ticket. We are going to pay for their 5-star hotel accommodation. We are going to pay their foods every day. So let us help each other, my brothers and sisters. Because if these requirements, Philippine Halal Board was established 7 years ago. And we must be honest with all of us. Can we show our staff the data, what we did before? And we look forward that with the leadership of Aling Diapal, we can go forward on this. I am trying to dig up on the certification and accreditation program because this was the issue even before in the previous administration until now. And if we cannot go, we cannot give the formula and solution on how we can accredit and recognize the Halal certifying bodies. If we have, in fairness to one company who are already accredited, he is lucky that he was certified. But the most important thing is we have to work. Remember that in the Philippines we have 110 million consumers. And according to statistics, Philippine Statistics Authority are telling us that they have more than 1 million registered companies. With these registered companies, according to IDCP was telling us that there are less than 5,000 who are Halal certified. Can you imagine what is the percentage of this? And anyway, on the market research and expansion, the Halal Task Force are now doing it. On the international collaboration, DTI and DOT and other members of the Philippine Halal Board anyway are doing for it. But again, the solution and formula for this is to solve the issue of our Halal certifying bodies. On the consumer awareness campaigns, we have here now the media. We must have Halal awareness program. It must be every day. And I hope that with the leadership of Brother Alim, you will have a daily program to encourage the micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs to to join with us, that their companies will be certified halal. We have so many micro companies who wanted to be certified just because we do not have full awareness. We did not reach to their status. Next slide, sir. Okay, capacity building and training. That's what we are doing now. And we are very thankful. We have this capacity building and training. Export promotion. I believe that DTI A&B is doing their best for the export promotion. But again, as a member of the Philippine Halal Board, it is a big slap for us, for me in the private sector, that that we will go to the international arena without having many halal products. You see, it is also unfair for the halal certifying bodies that we are inviting them to speak about halal, but the reality, they are not belong to us because they are not yet recognized. So we must see the formula and how we can solve the issue so that we can go far in the international arena. Masakit po, as a member of the Philippine Halal Board, I have to go to the international market. And we do not have much products na ipagyayabang natin sapagkat daya na recognized by DTI. Remember that in the local consumption, it is the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos who is going to accredit those halal certifying bodies for the halal local consumption. But for the international, it must be Philippine Accreditation Bureau. With the help of the Halal Task Force, we must address this so that we will have a free hand of doing our halal business in the international market. Okay, for the policy advocacy, I know DTI is doing this. Sir? Okay, you see, in question number 4, what challenges has your agency faced in achieving its objectives? As I have said, the lack of awareness. One of the primary challenges is the low level of awareness and the understanding of the halal industry among both consumers, business, and the Philippines. This lack of awareness can hinder the growth and development of the halal economy. So, we must have to establish this so that we will, we have the Salam program. North is here for Salam Radio. We at least Brother Alim must have at least 15 minutes to explain about halal because that is a nationwide radio and live streaming. The supply chain development. This supply chain development, this was only implemented in Davao City, Brother Alim. But the rest of I do not know. Dato is here from A&B. I really do not know if in Metro Manila, we have this halal lane. But in Davao, this was already implemented. Yung supply chain development. Ikita po natin. So industry collaboration, well, DTI. I press DTI kasi ginagawa na po nila. Sir, next slide po. So, yung market access and competitiveness, capacity building, kasama na rin po ito at ginagawa natin. Infrastructure development, next slide, sir. Alam ko po, naiinit na ngayon.
Hindi naman.
Yes. Sige po. Financing and investment, kayo na po, pinapaliwanag ni Aling Gyapal that we have also financial banks and institutions who are going to help us. But, again, let us help the micro companies, entrepreneurs. Kasi po, kung gustuin natin makita, we must have the pilot project. Ako po, in the private sector, dapat po meron tayong ma-identify na at least 50 to 100 micro entrepreneurs na mabigyan sila. It's not only about picture taking. At ipinipresenta natin ito si ganito, binigyan, yun pala, wala. Up to now, sino po ba ang nabigyan natin? Who are those people? Who are those entrepreneurs? Who are successful in the halal industry? Sino po sila? We must identify this. From now on, we have to start. And in the next year, we have to show it in the PowerPoint kung sino itong mga taong ito. Because if we do not have those individuals na naging successful sa halal, lagi pong pagod ang ating nakukuha. Consumer education and demand. The demand of the halal, very simple. How we can make demand for the halal. We must encourage the 15 million Muslim Filipinos. Remember that according to statistics, in the Bansao area, there are 5 million Muslim Filipinos. But outside of the Bansao, there are 10 million Muslim Filipinos. The only thing that we can create the demand of halal is so simple. All of us must, every time that we go to the supermarket, we must ask those people around that where is the halal products that you have, the noodle product that you have. These are the things. We have to create the demand of halal. Not unless that we do the demand of halal, sino pong aasahan natin? Who's going to do it for us? Tayo po dapat ang gumawa, and we have to tell to our family that every time that they are in the supermarket, humingi po sila, magtanong sila, where is the halal lane? Because that is already an executive order coming from the previous administration of President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Pero dapat po dito sa Metro Manila, ma-implement na po yan. Okay, overcoming these challenges requires a multifaceted approach. Kanina nga po. So, next slide. So, you see, these are the questions of the current initiative projects. There are so many. We have now established the Philippine Halal Board. We have the Mindanao Halal Upgrading Program, Halal Agri-Tourism Program. We must be thankful to the government because they are so much interested in uplifting the halal. And we have the Halal Philippines. So these are the efforts of our national government. But this must be implemented through us who are working with the halal industry. Next slide, sir. Okay. So, you see, we have the Halal Law Program, Halal Farm Tourism Program. Napakarami po. So, it means to say, what we are presenting here, I am just answering those queries that you ask us, and we give it to you, all of these. It means to say that the only thing that we need is to do it. We have to work for it. And Halal Task Force, I believe, can do this thing. With the help, of course, of everybody. Next slide, sir. Okay, growth of domestic halal consumption. So, kanina nga po, sinasabi ko nga, that in order for us to create halal demand, dapat tayo mismo ang laging magkahanap sa mga supermarket. Okay? So, increase in halal investments, according to DOT, according to Yusuf Myra, when she presented before, she already hit the target of 300,000 tourists. So, it means to say na hindi pa po natatapos itong taong ito. So, in order for us to demand the halal, so yung increase ng halal investments, the more visitors that we have here in the Philippines, the more that we create and we can invite those halal investors to come. In fact, in my own capacity as your private sector representative, there are so many who are showing their interest to invest in the Philippines. So I'm very thankful that Alin Giapal invited us here. So next slide, sir. Patapos na po ito. Okay, increase in government spending towards halal development. Ito po, pinagastusan tayo. But the most important thing here is magtrabaho po tayo we will work as a team. I would like to reiterate this. And again, I would like to mention it to you that we have the first halal slaughterhouse in Luzon, and that is in Tanawan City Halal Slaughterhouse. And I just would like to share it with you again. Baka po nakakalimutan ninyo. And to those who are working in the DTI, in 2016, I was the one who did this project. Hiningi ko po ito. Lumapit po ako sa DTI na madala sa akin sa Batangas. Remember, ako po, I am your paramount Sultan in the province of Batangas. I am living in Batangas for 36 years. I am the overall president of the more than 50,000 Muslim constituents. I know from A to Z the problems of the Muslim land. So, this work hand in hand. What po tayo yung, you see, you remove the private sector. You made the cut ribbon there, ribbon cutting there. Now, my question here is, who's going to do the business? Where is the private sector? Where is the commitment of the private sector? So, nag-picture-picture lang tayo, pagkatapos wala na. And who is going to offer? I am offering myself to spend, because this is my commitment to Mayor Sally Colliantes. I would like to reiterate that the reason why they bring the halal slaughterhouse because of our request. And we convince him, because he is not a Muslim, but we convince him that bringing the halal slaughter in Tanawan City is a very strategic location for the Luzon area. And let's work hand in hand, pagtulungan po tayo. Sana, alam mo, Brother Alim, the reason why I am emphasizing this, because I really don't like that when I introduce you to another person, you forget who are those people behind you. Alam po ninyo, I've been in Batangas for 36 years. Kaya po, pagdating naman sa Batangas, respetuhan na lamang tayo. Bakit sinasabi ko po ito? Itong halal slaughterhouse natin, pinag-uusapan. Dapat maging operational. Because it's a big slab for DTI na nag-ribbon cutting tayo doon. Tapos, if those Muslims, especially the Muslim embassies are asking, we are going to buy halal meat in Tanawan, tapos wala rin pala. Di ba kakahiya tayo? So that is why I am emphasizing this. So, interest in exports, there are so many who are showing their interest, pero sa inyo pong lahat, kaya po pinapaliwanag ko to para at least munawaan ninyo ang sentiment ng private sector. Next slide, sir. Interest in job creation. It really works for us. You know, when we have the strong halal in the Philippines, it will create. Yes. Ma'am, you said welcome po. So this is the question number 6. How do you think can your agency or can it contribute to the following growth of domestic halal consumption? So I think next slide. Financial resources. So for funding for research and development initiatives, and I believe that DTI can address this issue. I know that they are doing it. So I don't want to tackle on this issue. Next slide, sir. Technological resources, collaborative networks, regulatory policy report. All of these, alam ko po, ginagawa po ito ng Department of Trade and Industry. In conclusion po, for finally, sir, okay, market access and trade support, and our brother here from Canada have already explained to us the market access and trade support. With this, ladies and gentlemen, again, as your representative in the private sector. I hope that with this Philippine Halal Task Force, you always include the private sector to join with you, because the engine of the halal industry is our entrepreneurs, the private sector, who are going to join with you. Without the private sector, we cannot go forward on this. So I hope that with this meeting, we will come up with a formula of how we can solve the issue for the halal certifying bodies in the Philippines. Ma'am Carol, we have 11 halal certifying bodies in the Philippines as of statistics. There is only one who have already accredited, but the remaining still none. And we are looking forward that in order for us that the Philippine Halal Board and the halal business in the Philippines will grow faster, we must recognize these halal certifying bodies in the Philippines.
Sultan, while you were explaining, I think we would like to hear from you, one of the undersecretaries here. We would like to hear from you, because earlier, Undersecretary, we have a discussion on how we can work with, just to reiterate, earlier I mentioned the position of Secretary Alfredo Bansao during the first board meeting, that what he wants is to make sure that we are orchestrated the movement of the government vis-a-vis the movement of the certifying bodies. So I think can we hear it from you, Sultan, what was your suggestion earlier, how we can orchestrate the initiative of the national government and how we can support the certifying bodies, because that has been the marching order to us to the Secretary.
Okay, thank you, Brother Adim. Actually, the first day of Secretary Fred Pascual that time, I was the one who sent the first email to him about the satellite of our halal certifying bodies. And this was answered and addressed, and until now I did not receive any message after I was referred to another agency. Anyway, in order for us, because we have now the Philippine Halal Task Force, with this Halal Task Force, now we have to address the issue, the plight of our halal certifying bodies. Ulitin ko po, it is true that the expenses for the application in the Philippine Accreditation Bureau is from 50,000 to 150,000. But the reality is that kada isa po, they are going to spend more than 600,000. Why? Dahil po, ang mga iimbitahan natin ay manggagaling sa abroad. I would like to reiterate that our halal certifying bodies are well-known ulama. They are well-known ulama and Islamic jurisprudence. Mas magagaling pa po ito kaysa doon sa iniimbitahan natin na makarating dito sa Pilipinas. We have hundreds and thousands of ulama and Islamic jurisprudence who can do this halal. And to train them, now we have the issue. May issue po tayo. Anong issue po natin? Stunning, non-stunning. Ito pong issue nito, we cannot solve this because we have the 4 Islamic thoughts, school of thoughts. So magkakaiba po ng paninindigan dito. But through the Philippine Halal Task Force, you can address this thing. The only thing is recognize temporarily these halal certifying bodies. At hindi po nila Ma'am Carol kaya na gastusan ng more than 600,000. And this is on the record ko. Kaya itong pinunyag ko to para at least ma-actionan natin ito. Maraming salamat po. Pasensya na po kayo at medyo napahaba ang aking presentation. Thank you very much.